Hello and welcome back to another video where today I'm at the lovely brand new built station of Town Hall, and I've actually already filmed a video here, so I'm going to put it up in the top corner if you want to watch that video. But today I'll be filming the journey from Town Hall Station all the way to Cranbourne, because that is the last stop on the Cranbourne Line obviously, and I will film the journey. So how about I catch the next train, which is in 17 minutes. So much for, quick timing between those trains, and I'll see you guys down at Cranbourne Station. Alrighty, hello and welcome to Cranbourne Station. My hand is feeling a little bit numb. You gotta remember, I hold the camera the whole time, and that was like an hour-long journey. Why don't I show you guys the key features of Cranbourne Station? So, here's the platform key features. They got plenty of seats all along the platform in both directions. They got some bins that are right here, and I will have to just walk down a little bit. Alrighty, so right here they've got Mikey tap-on machines. Right here they've got PIDs. In here is a waiting room with a customer service desk. There is an emergency assistance button right here, and I think there's also a second waiting room. Ooh, this has a V-Line bus timetable to Cowes and Inverloch. We'll definitely get a read of that in a second. But over here is a second waiting room, which is just quite interesting, and this is the second platform. Now I think this train is about to leave. Give me a second. Now it's time for the fun facts of Cranbourne Station. Now, Cranbourne Station is operated by Metro Trains Melbourne, as is the terminus of the Cranbourne Line, which is a part of the Melbourne Railway network. It serves the southeastern suburb of Cranbourne, and it opened on the 1st of October 1888, with the station being closed between the 24th of July 1993 and the 24th of March 1995, and the current station, which was opened in 2008. Cranbourne Station opened on the South Gippsland Line until the 24th of July 1993. It was serviced by V-Line trains to Leongatha and beyond. As the suburb itself, the station got its name from Cranbourne Inn, established in the mid-19th century by the Ruffley brothers, or the area was either named after a town in Berkshire, England. 1959, flashing lights were provided at the former South Gippsland Highway level crossing, which was at the down end of the station, and in 1981, flashing lights were provided at the former Cams level crossing, which is located on the up direction of the station. That's actually the one in that direction. There's like an overpass, but I'll get to that in just a second. There we go. Also, boom barriers were installed during the electrification of the line. The last regular train beyond Cranbourne ran on the 15th of January 1989, presumably to Clyde or maybe Leongatha. And in April 2008, construction began on a new 6-train stabling siding at the station to increase capacity during peak times on the network. Completed in November of that same year, the project also included upgrades to the station and the bus interchange. Now, during the 2018 and 2022 state elections, the coalition promised to extend the Cranbourne line to Clyde. Now, even if they were elected, which I don't know, they probably wouldn't have done it either way. Just anything to get votes these days. Now, on the 30th of November 2018, the level crossing removal project announced the grade separation of the Cams Road level crossing, with designs released on the 25th of June 2021 as an overpass. Construction began in early 2023, and the overpass was completed the 30th of November that exact same year. Additionally, as a part of the project, oversaw the duplication of the railway line between Cranbourne and Dandenong, with major work starting in 2020, COVID year. and finishing ahead of schedule on the 13th of February 2022, resulting in new services operating approximately every 10 minutes during peak hours. I'm guessing the railway line used to be single track before the duplication. Now, why don't I show you guys the surrounding areas of Cranbourne Station. Alrighty, I've immediately exited the station and I've arrived into the bus bays here at Cranbourne Station. There are plenty of bus bays all along this path in both directions. And now it's time to talk about what buses come to Cranbourne Station. Now, of course, I've had a printing error when printing my things and it's a bit hard to read the bus routes, but I'll try my best. Now, I think the first bus route is the 751 to Frankston, the 752 to Pearsdale, the 755 to Warranete, the 756 to Clyde, the 798 from Cranbourne Park Shopping Centre to Celine to Sandra Rise, Cranbourne East, the 893 from Cranbourne Park Shopping Centre to Dandenong Station, the 897 from Clyde North to Lynbrook Station via Cranbourne Park Shopping Centre, the 898 to Clyde North. We also have the 760 to Seaford Station and the 841 from Narre Warren to Cranbourne, and a night bus which is the 982 from Dandenong Station to Cranbourne. These are all the buses that come to Cranbourne Station. Now let's continue on with the surrounding areas. Alrighty, so I finally have walked away from the station and all the bus bays and I've made it to High Street here at Cranbourne. Yeah, that's the old railway level crossing. But Cranbourne Station is surrounded by different types of areas. Like if you go down this street, which is called Duff Street, you will get to some residential areas, and this is not the only street that's residential. There's plenty of residential areas. There's also some industrial areas nearby Cranbourne Station, which is on the complete other side over there. There's some car manufacturers. This is a Kia. There's an MG right here. There's a Subway across the road. But the main thing to be looking out for is in that direction, heading south, is towards Cranbourne Park Shopping Centre. The main shopping centre located in this area. But the main thing I'm looking for is the railway line. The old abandoned railway line to Leongatha and beyond. And we're gonna walk on it. So why don't we head on? Unlike the abandoned railway line just beyond Uffield Station, this one, they don't try and secure it as much. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't try and like make it hard to find. You know, with the Uffield one, I had to walk through a paddock, you know, dodge a fence line. This one's just open. There's a road literally right there. They make it like very easy to view. I've just walked past an old signalling post. I've reached a railway crossing signalling sign. So that means the next railway crossing must be 600 meters in that direction. I've now reached kilometer signage post 46. We are 46 kilometers away from the CBD of Melbourne. I've jumped up to this little bit of high ground, but you can still see the old abandoned railway line just down below. Now, I didn't get information about the railway line to Wollongong, Leongatha or Yarram, only Cranbourne. But like I stated, the last journey happened on the 15th of January 1998. I don't know where it went to. It just stated that, and I mean, just look. The station. Hopefully, one day we could see this railway line being reopened to Clyde at least, or maybe even beyond. Finally made it to the Narry Warren Road level crossing. So the older railway line's right here, and they've probably done some construction here, because you really can't really tell the old railway line used to cut through, and it just keeps on going that way for about another 140 kilometers. They've built a rail trail past Kui Rup, and today I don't feel like walking to Kui Rup, so this is where I'm probably going to end my journey of exploring the railway line. It's quite interesting. It's a bit different to the Upfield line. You know, people could just walk along it. It's like, I think there's also some homeless people just squatting along the abandoned tracks, but I really don't care. And hopefully one day we could see the railway line extended back to Clyde, and then maybe even further out to Wollongaffer, Leongatha or Yarram. But Clyde or Kui Rup seems a bit more feasible. One thing I must say is Cranbourne is so big. Now, I could have walked to Cranbourne Park Shopping Centre. I could have walked to the racetracks, the horse and greyhound racetracks here in Cranbourne, or the Cranbourne Royal Botanical Gardens. But no, I walked to a completely different side of Cranbourne. I'm actually walking to the Hunt Club Village. I don't know what they're hunting. I don't know why it's a club. Hunting club. That's a good idea. Anyway, I almost walked to the Casey Stadium just by walking along the old railway line. So Cranbourne is so big, and there's so much to explore here, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to a different shopping centre than the main one to see, you know, maybe little shopping centres are better than the big ones, you know, community vibes and everything else. And I'm still about like a 2-minute walk away. Alrighty, before I show you guys the montage of all the trains arriving and departing from Cranbourne Station, why don't I try some fish and chips I just bought from Mr. Grumpy Fish and Chips. Oh this is an absolute chunk. Oh, I dropped a chip. Chunk. It's hot of fish. And there's also like a bunch of chips in here. Alright, I'm gonna devour this because I'm a fat ass. And in the meantime, I'm gonna show you guys a montage of all the trains arriving and departing from Cranbourne Station whilst I've been here. And then possibly head home. Alright. Like that montage of all the trains arriving and departing from Cranbourne Station whilst I've been here. Now, my time here is almost up, and I've genuinely explored a lot more than Cranbourne than I was really expecting, even though I didn't go to like the major areas like the Cranbourne Park Shopping Centre, the Cranbourne Racecourse, or the Royal Botanical Gardens here in Cranbourne. Now, during the 2024 and 2025 period, Cranbourne Station saw about 1,054,250 people. That's about 2,888.3 people per day arriving and departing from Cranbourne Station. Now, I think I'm going to catch this train and get on out of here. Let me quickly get on. Now, I hope you guys have liked this video about the last stop on the Cranbourne Line, Cranbourne Station. Now, let me find a seat and record the journey on out of here. So, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.